Oh, hey guys. I've lost a few trophies because I'm dropping. It's the end of the season, so I don't really care to actually be that high up. I'm trying to reset back to 5,000, and then I remembered, wait a minute, I need to record. And that reminds me, you might be wondering, why is it taking you, one moment, let me look. 3 days and probably 10 hours to post the part 3 when you said you were revealing it the day after. It should have been out 3 days ago. And to that I say, well, hear me out, okay? For one, I got busy the next day, and I'm like, okay, well, at least I'll just record it tomorrow. Then the next day, I was like, okay, I'm gonna have company over the day after, but luckily today is the only day I can record this. Let's get it out of the way. And I recorded it, and it sounded like this. Because I didn't have my microphone on. Yeah, let's go. So anyway, now I'm finally here to finish off the part 3. This video, I'm only gonna be doing cool strategies, baby. Nothing, no lame stuff. All right, so let me recap. Let's get back to where we are. And by the way, some of these attacks are probably going to fail because, I mean, I'm only going to be using the dumbest strategies I can think of. Let's just think of one here together. I want to get an E-Wiz in here somewhere. Where do we get that juice? I mean, I see something. I see a little bit of something. I can't lie to you. Okay, so we would need to go like this. Yep. Okay. No. You guys don't even see the vision. This is gonna be excellent. Let me just look again real quick. Nah, yeah, this is about to be that fire attack, bro. So anyway, basically, if you aren't here, I've been telling a story. I was supposed to release the third part already, but I hate you guys, and I didn't. And anyway, apart from the point, and in this story, let's get to where we are. My friend needed to go to a party, and he couldn't drive himself because he was going to be getting a little bit, a little rowdy to say the least. So he couldn't drive himself, and he was like, "Will you drive me?" To which I said, okay, I guess I will. So then I drove him to this party, and this is already going off pretty poorly, but I drove him to the party, and he had a ride back already. As far as I knew, he had a ride back. So I was thinking, okay, sick. Because I don't want to drive him back, because I'm lazy. So, anywho, that out of the way, he then calls me a little bit later and he's like, hey, by the way, I need you to pick me up. My friend locked his keys in his car, which means now I gotta drive and I don't wanna drive. I don't know if I mentioned it already. I'm quite lazy, so I don't wanna do all that. And then, anyway, at this point, I'm kind of annoyed. And, I don't know. He sounded fine when I called him. Well, he called me, obviously. I didn't call him like, yo, can I pick you up? I wasn't really wanting to pick him up. But anyway, he sounded fine when he called me. So here's what I'm expecting to have happen is I'm going to pull up, right? Because I'm a good friend. I didn't really want to. I got pulled over on my way to pick him up, which was epic sauce. I mean, if you guys are curious how that even happened, feel free to watch the previous video. And anyway, I think I'm going to pull up there. I'm going to get him. I'm going to just say, hey, come down these stairs because for some reason the venue thing has like really tall stairs, like 20 stairs to get up to it, which is just stupid. Just sidebar here. A little bit stupid to do that when you're at a venue that is like, let's get rowdy and do some things that are gonna definitely inhibit your ability to walk straight. But anywho, they had a lot of, not the point. And he's going to come down. I'm going to say, all right, get in the car. I'm going to go drive him to his house. And then after all that, I'm going to go home and I'm going to sleep. That's the dream. That's the dream. So that does not happen, though, is the problem. So anyway, as far as I knew, he was A-okay, all right? He's having, probably not a great time, but I mean, he's not having a bad time. It's unfortunate. His friend locked his keys in his car. What are you going to do about that, all right? So I was literally just on the phone with him, completely full sentences, and I'm like, all right, this guy is definitely in shape. Probably just doesn't want to risk driving, but he's probably pretty coherent. I get there. I pull up to the place. I'm in the alley. I'm looking, and I see all the stairs. There's a guy in front of me. He says, can you something over there, over there? I think he's asking me for a ride somewhere, so I just say no, which then he says, what? I said, you can't park here. You got to park over there, which was a little bit embarrassing. I'm not going to lie to like someone saying like, hey, you can't do that. And I just say, no. Anyway, not the point. And I explained to him just picking up a friend, keys locked in the car. I've already been pulled over, yada, 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 whatever. And, I didn't actually tell him that. I just said I'm picking up a friend. I don't really know why I'm clarifying that though, because nobody cares. Anyway, And then I'm waiting for my friend to come down, and then I see one of his friends to go like, "Hey, you should like come up here." And I'm thinking, "Ah, why would you want me to come up there? That seems very not time efficient. Why doesn't he just come down?" But obviously, I go up there because I'm thinking, there's probably a reason for this. And I get there, and he's laying on the floor, on the concrete floor, and I'm thinking, that's a weird place to sit and wait for me. And then I realize he's a little out of it. I'm not gonna lie. He's not exactly where he's supposed to be. I mean, mentally. By the way, I'm literally dropping trophies and I'm still getting defenses. I'm sorry, Scythe. I will give that back to you. Can I find him? Yes, we can. Let's go, baby. Win trading. Let's get it. Anyway, it's not actually win trading. It's not actually win trading, okay? I'm giving everybody zeros except for Thanny because I hate Thanny guy. I hate him. I'm just kidding, Thanny. You know I love you. You know I love you. So anyway, where were we? Where were we? I'm gonna stop. I'm just giving him back that defense because I disconnected versus Scythe one day, and then he disconnected back on purpose for me, just to like be like, yeah, I'm not gonna take your free like defense. I'll give your trophies back, which is super respectable. So I want to make sure he gets those trophies back because I'm not supposed to even be attacking. But anyway, my friend on the floor. And I'm thinking, oh boy, this is definitely going to get way more complicated than I wanted it to. So I go and I'm like, hey, yo, what's up, man? I'm here. Like, you trying to dip out? And he is just not there. So I want to make one quick distinction. For one, this is a very anti-drinking story, all right? Because drinking sucks. I don't know why. I mean, I guess in moderate. I don't even understand why you would want to do it, all right? Granted, I'm not 21 yet. Everyone in this story who's consuming anything crazy is of age, by the way. So this is not like a, yeah, party underage type thing. But I mean, anywho, this just it's a very anti-drinking story. I just want to clarify in case anyone was like, wow, he's really advocating for this. I'm not, and you're about to hear why I don't suggest it. So friend's on the floor, and I'm hoping he's gonna be like, hey, you arrived, let me get up. That's not what he did. He was more like, oh my god, I'm glad you came, like very incoherently. And I'm just thinking, oh man, this is not gonna be a quick easy job, is it? Oh, I forgot I'm supposed to be doing fun attacks. I think I'm gonna fail this attack though because I already lost the one cannon cart. I got so focused, like I'm telling my story, I forgot that I'm supposed to not be trying. Okay. um I'm still trying, by the way. I don't know why I'm trying. I think we're actually probably fine here. It's just going to be really sucky, is what it's going to be. If that would go the right way, that is. Let's go with the pop, pop. Yeah, we didn't take down air bombs. Yeah, this is just going to suck. I don't think we actually get this, but who cares? We're not here for cool attacks. I don't deserve the 6-star here. I'm just going to quit. I don't deserve it. Um, let's get back to more fun attacks. We're up against Mahdi. All right, so anyway. He's very incoherent, and so I end up having to not carry him down the stairs yet. We'll get to that part. I end up having to like kind of basically hold him and bring him down the stairs because he can't exactly do it on his own, and get him into the car. And he's just like the whole time being like, I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're here. I'm like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Which, it kind of taught me because when I was going on the way, I was kind of pissed. I was like, I don't want to be out this late. I want to go to sleep or whatever. And so I was upset. Just I didn't vocalize it, but I was annoyed for sure. And then it kind of made me realize, like, it's not always about me. I'm glad I came. Regardless, obviously, I don't want to be out this late, but, I'm glad I'm here. So, I don't know what to do. Let me think. We can go or let's just do this. All right, so we're going to go dum dum do 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 dot dang. Okay, so this isn't at all what I wanted, but I mean, it'll probably work. But anyway, I'm out here learning life lessons, carrying him down the stairs or get him in the car. And then I just started driving because I don't really like being out places, and we're definitely not in like the nice part of town here. So I just immediately started driving because I don't want to just be sitting in my car looking at the directions and then boom, give me your money. No. I mean, I did think about it though. I was like, if they take my car, I'm really not gonna care because like it's not my car, it's his car. So like, yeah, you can steal the car, honestly. But obviously, I still wanted to avoid being mugged. Regardless, I know, call me crazy, but anyway, at this point, I guess we'll go like 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, look at all these hogs. They're about to go buck wild on my boy. All right, so. Anyway, at this point, I'm just kind of driving aimlessly. I don't really know where I'm going, but obviously your boy has an iPhone. I'm just gonna pull up Apple Maps because I'm not crazy, and this is not gonna work. Yeah, we have a crazy back end. Yeah, I mean, I don't even really care at this point. I just want to get a cool tag for you guys, but I'm just driving really aimlessly, no clue where it is that I'm going. So I start pulling up the directions, and I'm about to pull up onto the highway. And right as I'm about to pull up onto the highway, he's been like kind of out of it this whole time. So I'm trying to like put him at ease, you know. And so the whole time he's just been like, I think he started crying. I'm not gonna lie. Which again, I'm not gonna say his name obviously because I don't want someone to watch this and be like, huh, this guy sucks. Let's make fun of him. But he did start crying, and he's just having a bad night. All right, you got to understand this type of stuff sucks for the person. I don't know why people like go out and party. I don't go out and party. I know I'm lame, but so I've been telling him stuff. I'm like, here, I'll just cheer him up. Let me tell him a funny story. And I'm like, hey, wait. So on the way here, dude, guess what? I got pulled over. You have a tag light out. And that apparently was not the right thing to tell him because he just started panicking. He was like, what? My tag light's out. We need to get off the road. And so he was just like, you can't take the highway. There's too many cops on the highway. You can't take the highway. We're going to get pulled over. And I'm just like, I already got pulled over. It really actually wasn't that bad. I mean, I don't really care for it, obviously. It's not my guilty pleasure or anything, but, we're okay. But, man, he is not having it. He is like, we need to get off the highway now. Don't go into the highway. Are you going to the highway? And fun fact, I was going to the highway because it's the fastest way, and I don't really like to waste time. So, yeah, the plan was to go onto the highway, but then he's like, you need to get off now. So I was like, okay, I don't want to panic him, obviously. I'm trying to make him feel in control as much as possible because, he's not really having a great night. But at the same time, I really, really would rather take the highway because I really, really don't want to be out later than I need to be. And I'm already out later than I need to be. So I quickly realized, like, wait a minute, I want to take the highway. So I talk him into it, like, hey, it's okay. We can definitely take the highway. And eventually he's like, okay, it's fine. So we get to the intersection. There's a light there, right? And I'm just sitting there. I'm still pulling up the directions here, trying to type them in correctly. And this is kind of a gross part. Okay, so it's going to get a little grody, I can't lie. I mean, it's not like crazy gross or anything, but, it's not like cool. I mean, it's a gross story. So, sitting in the intersection. I'm pulling up the directions on my phone, and he not immediately, but he just turns to me and then just throws up all over me, and I'm like, so many different places in the car. There are so many different, and you turned to me, but that's not my first problem. Right as he does that though, what does happen immediately is the light green. And I'm like, man. Okay, so I'm like, I can't just sit here in the middle of this intersection. We're just gonna have to run it. So I just start driving and with one hand, I'm driving, typing in the directions. With the other hand, I'm holding his head because I don't want him to like choke on himself. So I'm holding his head to keep him from choking. And you might be doing like, wait a minute, you only have two hands. How are you driving with with the wheel? And I'm using my knees. I don't have a choice. I'm like multitasking three different things, driving with my knees, getting on the highway acceleration ramp because I can't just stop. You especially cannot stop on the highway ramp. And like, I'm just like, all right, I guess this is where we're going. And so he's throwing up on me. I'm typing in the directions. I'm missing exits like it's no tomorrow. And it is a very hectic scene. So eventually, after I get the directions typed in, I put down the phone, I look in the car. It's not my car, so I'm kind of like pretty big W that I didn't actually take my own car today because that would have been really unfortunate. But it's not my car, so I'm not too bugged up about it. I would give him I'll just do a stupid attack. I'm not going to give him another defense. But I find a random bag in his car, and I'm like, all right, do it into this. You're banished to this weird random bag that you have in your car. So he starts going sicko mode. See what I did there? Into the bag, and I'm now finally getting a chance to like drive coherently, I guess is a good way to word it. So yeah, a little bit of a hectic situation though. So it's starting to kind of get better, all right? So I missed a few turns. This is the wrong army. I mean, when would this ever be the right army? But this is just definitely the wrong army. I meant to bring a dropship, which isn't much better, to be honest, but yeah, this is just like way incorrect. Let's go just test for traps, I guess. Ooh, okay, I pull up. Anyway, yeah, so things are kind of starting to calm down for us here now. He's figuring his stuff. He's not figuring his stuff out. He's just like calming down. I'm talking to him the whole time, trying to like come up with random things to say. I don't know what to say. I'm not usually in this situation, so I'm just like talking about random stories. Those are in range of the mega. Yeah, those are in range of the mega test list. Actually, would have worked if I didn't do that. Okay, this isn't good. I mean, I wasn't really expecting much. I had people like DMing me like, please, please, dude, don't drop until I'm online, which is just like win trading with extra steps. So to those of you, I'm sorry, but you know, we're figuring it out at this point. We are. I'm driving. I'm getting to his house, and it takes like 40 minutes, but I eventually make it to his house. And again, part of my plan was just to be like, "Yup, goodbye," and drop him off at his house. But I've since realized that's probably not going to be feasible because he is in a bad place. So I'm like, all right, we got to get to your house. And he says, yeah, I'm not going inside, which I say, yes, we are, because I'm not sitting in this freezing cold car because you don't want to go inside. Like, look, I know you don't feel good, but like, we're not doing all that. But he doesn't want to go inside because he doesn't feel like he can move, which again, I don't know if you're hearing this and thinking like, dude, I need to go out and party, but I will clarify, not fun at all. This stuff sucks. By the way, look how close this was actually. Like, this was such a random strategy and we just time failed. But anyway, did someone fail me? No, surely not. Anyway, ooh, AZO. Okay, let's see if I can hit a clip on AZO. He refuses to go inside, and I'm just like, well, I got to figure this out somehow. And so I come to the conclusion that I make a deal to him. I say, look, if you're okay with going inside, I will carry you all the way to your room, because I know where his room is. I've been in his house before. And he says, okay. And so now I realize, wait a minute, how am I going to carry him? I don't really carry people that often at all, actually. So I start to kind of realize a little bit of a flaw in my ideology here, but it's too late. We're running it. So how do I want that? I'm just going to go like that. So I get out to the car and I go to his side, and I don't know if you ever tried to carry someone out of a car. It sounds like a really cool idea here in some like romance novel, but it's not as romantic as you would think it is. It's actually like really hard to do. So and what also doesn't help is where he lives in his house. He lives on the second floor. I got to go up 2 sets of stairs and open 3 separate doors to get to his room. This is very impractical. So I kind of realized the flaw in my plan like immediately, but it's too late. I already made the deal and he already agreed. And so I man up. I've been going to the gym here and there, not gonna brag or anything. I don't want to seem like too full of myself or toot my own horn, but I have been going to the gym. And so it was only extremely difficult, not impossible. It was extremely difficult because he's like, he's not like crazy, like massive. Like if he was 200 pounds, it's Jover. He's not getting out of there. I'm not carrying him, but luckily he doesn't weigh that much. So I was able to actually get him out of his, I get him actually to his room, which is kind of like a Christmas miracle, which is a little like a weird way to word it because it's not even close to Christmas, but it happened. So, that's my story. I'm going to say it how I want to say it. But, okay, I think that chains out lava launcher, right? Okay, here we go. You ready for the sicko mode? Okay, we got to just hope there's no giant bombs. We already found one. No, come on. Yes. BARCH, baby. AZO, get wrecked. Let's go. He didn't see that one coming. But anywho, I get him to the room, and then at this point, I'm like, well, I can't just leave, because there's a lot of reasons you can't leave. If you probably know them. I think I already explained them, but I can't just leave. So now I'm just thinking, like, how soon can I get off here? So I open up everyone's best friend, ChatGPT, and for the next 7 hours, I keep typing into ChatGPT, would it be bad if I leave right now? And it keeps saying, yep. And so I end up staying there overnight, and in that time overnight. I'm there till 7 a.m. And again, I was mad when I thought I was going to be up until 12 or 1. And at this point, I'm up till 7. So it was a very, very long night. And so within that time, I got him a banana because that was really what he felt like he wanted right then. Got a banana for him. What else did I do? I made cereal with no milk. I just kept like going on errands downstairs. And there were sometimes he'd be like, "Yeah, dude, you should totally bring me up these chips." And I bring them up. He's like, "You need to get those out of my sight right now. We'll throw up." So yeah, it was a little hectic for sure. But once it turned 7 a.m., I chat GBT'd it and it said, "Yep, you still can't go." And I said, "Yep, I'm definitely going to go," and just left because it was probably fine by then and I was right. And that was how I spent that night. I know it took 3 videos to explain, and within those 3 videos, I gave you guys 2 cliffhangers and then didn't follow through for like 3 days. But look, it happened. I finally did it. I swear I was trying, but that's the story. I don't even know if I told her that well because it's been so long ago. It's been like a week and a half ago by now, because I started telling the story so long ago. But it's not as fresh. But let me think. Is there anything interesting I did? Nope. I literally just sat there. I sat there playing Builder Base, and I only had my phone with me. And I didn't want to push because I didn't want to be playing at 7 a.m. because I know that I'm going to play poor. So I was just like watching other people playing Builder Base, like DMing them like, "Yeah, that was a bad idea," or "Oh, nice idea." But oh, what a pain in the night. What an annoying night. But yeah, so I feel like this video ended off well. This was a cool army to get up against AZO. We're definitely losing trophies. Thank you, but we're definitely losing trophies, and it's time to continue the push. So I'll see you guys later. We're gonna have an interesting end of season. Maybe I'll show you guys some action from the end of season. I got a lot of people on my friends list who are playing, so maybe I'll show you some of the action happening there. But I hope you guys had a good night. I'm sorry for leaving this take so long. I don't even know if this story was worth it. You might have heard this and been like, "That was just terrible." I'm so pissed, but too late. Hope you enjoyed. Bye.